The campaign for the position of Senate Republican leader. This comes after Senator Mitch McConnell announced his resignation, official in November. Cornyn is a 22-year veteran of the Senate and served as McConnell's right-hand man. However, he will be the only one of several senators who want this job. The Republicans haven't chosen a new leader since 2007, when McConnell was elected.
Begins his campaign. Top presidential candidates from both the Democratic and Republican parties have arrived here in our home state of Texas to strengthen theirs. Today, President Joe Biden arrived in Brownsville to receive a briefing by U.S. Customs and Border Protection regarding the immigration crisis. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump made an appearance in El Rio to speak on his immigration policy and to meet and greet Texans. With Super Tuesday just 5 days away, both primary candidates are attempting to make their mark on Texas voters and influence their decisions on the ballot. As the controversy over Texas state immigration laws intensify, a federal judge in Austin has blocked a Texas law. It was set to take effect this past Tuesday and would allow Texas law enforcement agents to arrest and detain any individual they deem to be entering the country illegally. Judge David Allen Ezra said that it would open the door to individual states passing their own versions of federal immigration laws. The immigration issue is expected to be important for voters as the country gets closer to November.
But there is also big political events on the local level. Here in Denton, the office of mayor is on the line in the March 5th elections. ntTV's Avery Callens interviewed all three Denton mayoral candidates on the ballot in this series, Making the Mayor. These exclusive interviews give an insight into each of these candidates' stories and why they're running for office. Callens asked our last mayoral candidate, Stephen P. Dillenberg, what makes a good Denton mayor?
I think somebody who cares, somebody who will look at someone in the eyes and say, how are you today? And if they say, I need this, you will legitimately consider whatever it is without any consideration of what that does to your personal financial statements. If you can't do that, I think you're disqualified.
Dillenberg also promised action on some issues that might lie outside of traditional mayoral duties.
So that's my guarantee, like we talked about. If I don't get cancer cured by the time the students are back here, if 25% of students will stay in town through May the 4th, then that's enough to get me elected.
You can catch all the candidates' interviews on ntTV's YouTube archive. Each of these candidates have unique backgrounds and perspectives to bring to the Denton community. So check out the person behind the name on the ballot.
Well, Ben, with all this craziness going on with our weather, I don't know if I should be going outside in shorts or a trench coat.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's take it over to our weather anchor, Jalen Tucker, who can tell us more in our first look.
Thanks, guys. Yes, definitely keep them jackets on standby right now. We're looking at those current conditions right now. It is 47 degrees currently right now, feeling like 43. It's been a very rainy, gloomy day here in Denton, Texas, with that wind speed coming 7 miles per hour. Now look at tonight's conditions. Yes, so tonight it's going to be 43 degrees outside, feeling like 40, but that wind speed does drop down to 6 miles per hour, but still very cloudy night at Denton, Texas. Now going into tomorrow's conditions, we are going to see some sunny skies. So a nice little glimpse of that spring weather being 72 and going to feel like 70 degrees and that wind speed being 11 miles per hour. Now, guys, I'll be back later in the show to give that full weather forecast, but so far, let's go back to the desk.
Thanks, Jalen. Hey, Ben, real quick. How many months in a year have 29 days?
I think most of them do, right?
Well, you're right. But this year is special because February actually has 29 days this year as well. So let's take it over now to our live reporter, Valeria Herrera, who has more. Valeria?
Thanks, guys. If you took a look at your calendar today and thought that there was a typo or even a glitch on your iPhone, you were not mistaken because today is Leap Day. And not only is it an extra day that occurs every 4 years, it is also the birthday to more than 5 million people. Those who are born today are referred to as leaplings or leaplers. Why, you may ask? Because the unofficial mascot of this holiday are frogs, and frogs leap. So with that, I wish a happy birthday to all the leaplings and the leapers. And to the non-leapers, happy leap day. That's all I have for you all today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Valeria. Later in the show, an FDA investigation shows that many fast food wrappers have dangerous chemicals, while Chick-fil-A recalls a fan favorite sauce.
And right when we get back, we have information on the wildfires spreading across the Panhandle.
Hey UNT, primary elections are almost here.
Join us live at 7 p.m. on March 5th for our Your Choice 2024 primary election show.
We will have a panel of UNT's very own political science experts.
We'll also have bilingual coverage, live updates on numbers and polls, and discussions over hot-button issues that will impact this year's election.
You can catch the broadcast on Frontier 46, Charter 192, NorthTexasTelevision.com, as well as our YouTube and Facebook page, and you can see live updates on North Texas TV's Instagram page.
Here to keep you covered and informed on this year's election, we're North Texas Television.
You're now watching Texas burn. As today, wildfires rip through the Texas Panhandle. The Smokehouse Fire is now the worst wildfire in Texas history. But there may be good news today, as it snowed in the Panhandle, helping hundreds of firefighters, which, as of today, includes crews from the Denton County Fire Department. Still, one person has died, and many across Texas and Oklahoma are still at risk. For more, CNN's Ivan Rodriguez is in Fritch, Texas, one of the communities left devastated by the infernos.
Holy cow.
The small town of Fritch, Texas, now charred and covered in ash.
It's kind of helpless.
Fritch was caught in a cross-section of several wildfires burning across the Panhandle. The largest of those blazes, the Smokehouse Creek Fire, has burned more than 1 million acres so far in Texas and Oklahoma, making it the largest fire on record in the Lone Star State, officials confirmed Thursday. Add to that at least 4 other wildfires, burning tens of thousands of additional acres.
It's truly heartbreaking because their home is a symbolic of what's happened all over the county here.
Agricultural agent Andy Holloway estimates around 80% of the land in just one county has burned, and 5,000 heads of cattle have been killed, numbers that could rise in the region as damage assessments come in over the days ahead. And then there's the grim task of searching burned homes.
There's a chance that there may be people that did not survive and were trapped by the fire.
Several school districts have canceled classes for the rest of the week, with some now turned into donation drop-off centers.
It's really overwhelming just to see that outpouring of support.
As the firefighting efforts continue, there is one thing that cannot be touched by the flames.
Community's been through this before, and so, we pulled together then, and I know we'll pull together again.
In Fritch, Texas, I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Dangerous chemicals in food wrappers may pose a threat to the health of consumers. Our very own Jackson Berry is here in the studio to shed some light on this topic. Jackson?
Thanks, Ben. Everyone wants to keep danger outside of their homes at all times, but there may be something deadly in your pantry at this very moment. The Food and Drug Administration found that there are dangerous forever chemicals that are used in food packaging throughout the United States. On Wednesday, the FDA announced that materials like fast food wrappers, microwave popcorn bags, and pizza boxes were all major sources of exposure to PFAS. That's a chemical known to cause certain types of cancers. The chemical itself was actually banned in the U.S. in 2011 due to safety concerns, but it's still showing up in products to this day. The FDA estimates it could be another 18 months until products containing the substance are completely phased out. So far, only 12 states have moved to ban or phase out the PFAS in food packaging, and Texas is not one of them. Chick-fil-A has also had some safety concerns recently, but not about their packaging. Their famous Polynesian sauce is currently being recalled due to allergy concerns. The popular fast food chain says the sauce packages may contain wheat and soy allergens. Chick-fil-A strongly advises any customer that was given the Polynesian sauce between the 14th and 27th of February, throw the sauce packages out immediately. If your loved one deals with soy or wheat allergies, I advise you to stick to the plain old Chick-fil-A sauce for the time being. Thank you guys. Back over to the desk.
Thanks, Jackson. You know, it's actually really tough to hear since I was actually planning on going to Chick-fil-A after the show, so.
I'm surprised you were planning on going anywhere at all with how cold it's been recently.
Hey, as long as it's not Sunday, any weather's Chick-fil-A weather. So now let's toss it over to our weather anchor, Jalen Tucker, so we can find out what we should be expecting in tonight's full weather forecast.
Thanks, Sebastian. Yeah, let's look across North Texas right now here in Denton. It is 47. As you can see, we're definitely looking in those lower 40s here on that side of like Decatur and Graham, Texas. And even in Fort Worth, it's 55. In Dallas, it's 52. Now let's look across the whole state of Texas right now. As you can see in Abilene, it is 44 degrees outside. Even in El Paso, it is 57. Now up here on the Panhandle here, it is 37 in Amarillo and 38 in Oklahoma City. Even down in Austin, Texas, we're 47. And in Houston, it's 55. So we're definitely looking at those chilly weathers. Now let's look across the whole, right here, as we can see, the whole 7-day forecast. On going into the weekend, we're looking at those 70, 80 degrees weather. On Friday, it's going to be 71 being the high, 50 being the low. Going on Saturday and Sunday, we're looking at those upper 80s, lower 80s, and those low mid 50s. Going into Monday, it's going to be 80 degrees outside with the low being 54. Now going into Tuesday, it's going to be 75 being the high, 48 being the low. Even on Wednesday, 72 and 49 being the low. So we're going to see the nice sunny skies. But now going into Thursday, we are going to see a chance of rain, 55% chance, with 69 being the high and 51 being the low. So that's all I have for weather. Now let's go back to the desk.
Thanks, Jalen. Well, Sebastian, I know you're a little upset about not going to Chick-fil-A, but at least you get to go to Union Fest on Monday.
You know, that actually does sound like a lot of fun now that I think about it. Let's toss it over to our live reporter, Alexandria Tetters, who has more on the events we're all looking forward to.
Thanks, Sebastian. The University Union here at UNT has been a space dedicated to students for 75 great years. Now, the Union we visit today is the fourth one in UNT history, constantly growing to accommodate students' needs. It's a place for students to grab a bite to eat, use campus services, or even unwind in the art gallery. I'm here with Molly Orr, Director of Programming and Arts, to talk about Union Fest, a day dedicated to celebrating the Union. Now, what is the Union's goal on its 75th year here on campus?
I think we want to continue to build on the rich history and traditions we have here on campus, be a space where students can come, hang out, enjoy the services here, but also relax and have fun and just really get to connect with one another.
For sure. And what kind of fun activities can students expect on Union Fest?
Yeah, we have a full day of events from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Hoping that students can stop by at some point throughout the day, whether they want to grab a cupcake and listen to some jazz or win a t-shirt at the carnival or come do silent disco and live band karaoke in the evening.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be super fun, so hopefully you can join us here down at the Union on March 4th to celebrate the Union. That's all I had for you guys tonight. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Alexandria. Well, one man has seen 10 years of Union Fest as our president, Neal Smatresk. 2 weeks ago, he announced he was stepping down from his position after almost 10 years of service. ntTV's news director, Mauricio Ortiz Segura, sat down with him for an exclusive interview. And tonight, we bring you the third part in this series.
Looking into this next part of your career, next part of your life, what are you most looking forward to?
Well, you know, I'm going to do a little teaching. I might work in some leadership classes and talk to some people about real live higher ed experience. Fooling around with a couple new course ideas and a couple new programs, but I'm also going to keep working on entrepreneurship and innovation, both with the city of Frisco and the new plug-and-play contract that they've developed, as well as with our own students. So I want to do some mentoring and some leadership development in both formal and informal ways. And I think that's something STEM students and engineering students could really use, and those are kind of my people.
That's awesome. Are there any specific subjects that you want to teach while you're here?
I think I'd really love, we have something most of you don't know is we have a food studies program. It's infancy, it's just kind of starting, but food's big right now. And I'm a foodie, So I'm thinking I could contribute to that with some food science classes. I've been invited also. I guest chef over in the hospitality program in the culinary. So, you know, doing a few things that are fun for me, but still matter to students, and just enjoying that connection as a mentor and someone who's enabling education and dreams. Under this team's leadership, and you have to acknowledge the president depends on a team. We've got a great team, and they've done a fantastic job in advancing our mission. But under this team, we have become the nation's #1 college food. I'm really proud of that, okay? Food matters. People come to universities because the food's good or bad, or not because it's bad. Eagle Landing was a concept that I launched. I said, when I went out to a Legacy Hall in Plano, and I saw how cool it was, I went, we need that. We don't need another dining hall. We need a restaurant concept. And so from the fun perspective, the food here is amazing. Eagle Landing is kind of the cherry on top of the sundae. And the fact that we grow 2/3 of our greens hydroponically, that we make all of our own baked goods organically, those are all things that show we care not just about your education, but how you engage the campus and experience it. And so, yeah, that's kind of fun.
This is the third part of our 4-part series with the UNT president. Join us Monday night for the final part of this series with Neal Smatresk. Well, Sebastian, do you listen to Beyonce or Taylor Swift?
Not really, but I've heard about their movies.
Oh, well, we'll have some information on that and how these superstars' movies are boosting AMC's ticket sales.
And later in the show, our live reporter Landry Brady has more information on how Beyonce is also affecting the fashion industry.
There's no harm in wanting to have fun while in college, but it's easy to lose track of how much you've had. Apps like Drink Control and Alkadroid can help keep track of your consumption and blood alcohol levels. If you or someone else does drink too much, the signs of alcohol poisoning are as follows: pale skin, vomiting, confusion, low body temperatures, irregular breathing, blacking out, and it's hard to wake up or cannot be woken up.
Dude, are you okay? Hey, what's wrong? Wake up.
It's an exciting time of year, but it's important to be responsible. If you suspect someone is suffering from alcohol poisoning, get help immediately. You will not get in trouble for seeking help if you are underage. For more info and resources, go to UNT's Division of Student Affairs.
Has this ever happened to you?
My bike! My bike is gone!
Stolen bikes are an epidemic sweeping college campuses across America.
What am I supposed to do?
It's quite simple. The We Mean Green Fund has partnered with the UNT Police Department to offer free bike locks to any UNT student with a bike. Just show up with your bike in tow and ask.
Now I'll never lose my bike ever again.
Enough worrying. Get your bike lock today.
Welcome back. 13,400 workers at video game company Electronics Arts found out that their jobs may be up in the air as the company announced its plans to lay off 5% of its employees. This follows the job cuts made at the company last year. That saw over 800 workers lose their jobs. The multi-billion-dollar company announced the job cuts along with a memo from CEO Andrew Wilson that the company would be restructuring, cutting production of several in-development games, including a Star Wars game, and ending access to several ongoing live service games. The EA layoffs follow a trend across the video game industry, including Microsoft Gaming, Sony's PlayStation, and Riot Games, which combined are worth over $50 billion.
The movie theater industry is back, and it's all thanks to two unlikely heroes. AMC owes it to Taylor Swift and Beyonce for a bottom-line boost. The theater chain reported fourth quarter revenue of $1.1 billion. That's an increase of more than 11% from the same time last year. AMC CEO says literally all of the increase is due to two concert films, Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour, and Renaissance, a film by Beyonce. Both films are AMC exclusives, the first the chain has distributed on its own in their history.
Well, Sebastian, have you heard Beyonce's new album?
You know, I haven't had a chance to yet, but I've heard some really good things about it so far.
Well, you're missing out. It's really revolutionized the way people listen to country music. Let's take it over to our reporter, Landry Brady, who has more on the story. Landry?
Thanks, guys. If you've listened to the radio recently, you might have noticed a familiar voice taking over the country music scene. Beyonce has set new records with the country charts with her new hit singles Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages. Beyonce has not only changed the way people listen to country music, but she has also caused a worldwide increase in Western fashion. After she announced her new music during the Super Bowl, searches for things like cowboy hats and boots have increased by over 100%. I'm here at Thrift for Good in Denton, Texas, to check out all of the different country western wear that they have to offer, which I'll be able to show you later in the show. Make sure to check out Thrift for Good's mural contest, which ends tonight. They are looking for a local artist with a creative idea to fill up an empty mural space that they have on their building. Make sure to apply fast if you are interested. Again, check back later in the show for a chance to look at our country outfits. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Landry. Well, Ben, did you see the Lakers game last night?
I did. LeBron made a pretty heavy comeback towards the end.
That's right. You know, I can never get tired of watching LeBron James. But right now, let's take it over to our sports anchor, Jordan Lindsay, for more. Jordan?
Thanks, Sebastian. LeBron just led one of the biggest comebacks this season. We'll provide you with the news after the break.
And now we return to Fabric of Passion.
Oh, Hector, it will be so hard for us to part, but we must.
But, my love, what did I do? I thought we were meant to be together forever.
I am so disheartened to say that you're just not in style anymore. But you will be, to someone else, in a better place.
You're gonna shred me?
No.
I'm donating you to one of the many clothing donation boxes available on campus. There is one in the Union by the Syndicate and one on Union Circle Drive.
Oh, well, why didn't you just say so? I'm gonna be someone's new shirt.
I thought you'd be more distressed.
Oh, absolutely not. It was cramped in your closet anyways.
Maybe you would like to be shredded after all.
LeBron James put on yet another great performance last night, proving once again why they call him the King. The 39-year-old veteran nearly single-handedly led a 21-point comeback against the Los Angeles Clippers. James scored 19 of his 34 points in the fourth quarter, hitting 11 of the Lakers' final 12 shots. The Lakers went on to win the matchup 116-112. I can say that I would never get tired of a performance like that, and I can't wait to see what is next for the King. Another note about it last night as the UNT basketball team defeated Tulane in an 80-76 finish. Mean Green forward Aaron Scott was the leading scorer with 19 points. The Mean Green only had 3 games left in the season, facing conference opponents like Eastern Carolina, Rice University, and a rematch at home against Florida Atlantic. They'll have to win those and get hot if they want the shot at winning the American Athletic Conference Tournament. The Texas Women's University softball team is off to a fantastic start this year. I had the chance to visit the team to see what approach they might have towards the season.
The Texas Women's University softball team kicked off their season just nearly a month ago. All-American pitcher Alyssa LeBlanc talked about her approach to this season.
This season is something very special for all of us. We have a lot of talent that came on within this team, and I'm just very excited and looking forward to the rest of the season. I've been learning a lot throughout the season. Being a fifth year, I've learned a lot throughout all 5 years here, and looking up to my mentors throughout the years and just taking out throughout the entire team.
Last year, the softball team compiled an overall record of 25 wins and 28 losses. This season, they're off to a great start, winning 5 of their first 6 in-conference games. Head coach Gabe McNutt talked about what differences she's seen in the team.
Oh, wow, this is a completely different team. We've got a lot of young kids, a lot of freshmen in the lineup, as well as a good mixture of upperclassmen. So it's a completely different team, basically. They're exciting to watch. They have a lot of fun playing. They bring a lot of passion to the game, and it's exciting to watch.
I can say that it was very exciting to see how this team prepares to win. I myself can learn a thing or two watching them play. That is all for sports. Now back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Jordan. I'm telling you, Sebastian, you have to listen to Beyonce. It's non-negotiable.
All right, no, you got me. I can see she's got everybody feeling, you know, that country spirit, including our live reporter, Landry Brady, who's got quite an outfit to show us. So show us the fit, Landry.
Well, guys, I was able to change it to my Beyonce-inspired country western outfit thanks to all the people here at Thrift for Good. And my friends here that also work for Thrift for Good are also in their country western outfits. So make sure to check them out anytime for all your thrifting needs. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again next week right here on North Texas Television.